Well, greetings, friends and extraordinary connectionites. I don't know. We've been doing this for over a year now. Does extraordinary connectionites sound right? Because I'd sure say that some of you who have been with us since the beginning, you've earned the right to be extraordinary connectionites. Or maybe we need to send that back to the marketing team and let them work on that name a little bit. But either way, my name is Pastor Devin, and I currently serve at Romeo United Methodist Church. And whether this is your first time with us here on the site or you haven't missed a day, I am glad to have you joining me here today. Glad to have you along for today's devotion. And this week I came across a cartoon on my newsfeed that it made me chuckle. I just wanted to share it with you here today. It was a simple one panel cartoon. There it is. It's a simple question that's been asked in any of our Sunday school classes or children's times. Who killed Goliath? Course, any of those Sunday school teachers or children's time teachers that are out there right now are just waiting for the kids to shout out, David with his sling and a stone. That's one that we just want the kids to know. That's a well told story, right? However, this cartoon was pointing out the reality that for many, it's been some time since those classes have met, or at least met regularly, since they've been in those Sunday school type classrooms. And looking at those hinted letters, it wouldn't be unreasonable for a student to come up with an answer of COVID to that question. I think part of the reason this cartoon stuck with me this week is that the reality for most of us is that those five little letters, COVID, they are in our minds, they're in our thoughts, no matter what these days. That's not an unreasonable thing. And I'm not saying it has anything to do with being afraid of the virus or having to do with vaccines or masks, but it's the reality of the world that we are still living in. That our daily activities, our work, our leisure time, and everything in between, all of them are still impacted by those five letters. And I'm not going to lie, at times it can still seem like a lot. Even as we're seeing better treatments, better care, even as we're seeing those case numbers going down, knowing how best to move forward, the decisions that are right for us as individuals, for our churches, for our families, for society in general. It's a difficult thing to know right this moment. I know for me personally, I've felt the effects of this. It's been an odd thing because I recognize all the reasons I have to be thankful and to celebrate the good that is currently happening in my life and the lives of those around me right now. I can see those blessings. I am thankful for them. But I also have those feelings, those times that I just feel dragged down. Like it's too much to deal with, the uncertainty of how best to do whatever needs doing feel like a lot. You find yourself in a similar place, first know that you are not alone. You find yourself in a place where you feel overwhelmed. Know that there are those who will listen, those who care, those who will help. There's nothing wrong with those feelings. Reach out to your pastor if they're one of them on this site or otherwise. Reach out to them. Reach out to somebody that you trust, somebody that will show you that care. There are also resources available from the state dealing specifically with COVID and those who are dealing with stresses of it. The website's available, or there's the number on the page on the screen. It's a little hard to see, but it's circled there. It's 1-888-535-6136, and it says to choose option 8. We are still all in this together. So if you have a need, don't think you have to face this alone. Don't think you have to live in that moment alone. The other thing that I wanted to share today is an article that was shared with me just this morning during our staff meeting by one of my staff members here at Romeo. And the article was titled, There's a Name for the Blah You're Feeling. It's called Languishing. In this article, it's written by a psychologist named Adam Grant. And I'm not going to try to recap or try to restate what he writes about in this article. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the video description, the link to that article, and I hope you'll take just a few minutes to click through and read his article, as I really do think it offers some value in naming and identifying the place that we may find ourselves in some 14 plus months into this pandemic. And I know that this hasn't been my most uplifting or encouraging few minutes that I've recorded here for the site, my most hopeful sounding devotion that I've offered. But I do think it's still important for us to acknowledge the challenges and struggles that we may be facing personally, or that those around us are facing in our churches, in our homes, in our workplaces, our schools. So know, my friends, that my prayers remain with you all. Thank you for your diligence and for doing the sometimes difficult things that have been necessary, that continue to be necessary. I hope you are able to enjoy this day. I see the sun shining through those windows, the temperature rising. Just take some time for yourself, tend to your own needs, so that we can all continue to take care of one another. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and God bless.